Any deep work that we want to do, any deep parts of ourselves that we want to access, requires a very high level of safety. There are a few ways that I create safety for my clients. First, I put a lot of love into the spaces that I hold physically. I'm also doing a lot of work in myself in order to be someone who's holding a lot of love and compassion. And that frequency of love and compassion starts resonating inside of my clients as well. And that creates a lot of safety. There are all sorts of tools and resources that we build within the client to make them experience more safety within themselves. And then there are mechanisms that we can use that bring more safety into the space. So one of those is conscious connected breathwork. Another is psychedelics. I also use hypnosis, and I use touch and energy work. The term breathwork is this big umbrella for all sorts of different modalities. There's different breathing exercises that people do in yoga or that people do with their physician to learn how to relax a little bit more. And then there are breathwork journey experiences that are more in the psychedelic realm. That doesn't mean that people are ingesting any drugs. It just means that people are breathing for an extended period of time and going very deep. And within this realm, we're going to bring this here to center, within this realm of breath work that's deep and long and healing, there's holotropic breath work, which can be very fast-paced and induces hyperventilation. And then there's conscious connected breath work, sometimes called rebirthing, which is very gentle. It's this very gentle, soft, circular breath, really at the pace at which my hand is moving right now. I happen to really like this kind of breath work because it's quite feminine, and most of the women that I work with really, really like it. I notice a lot of men get very excited by this intense, fast-paced experience, but this is the kind of breath work I do. And what I love about it is that you don't have to push. We're so used to being out in the world thinking we have to go and do and push and make healing happen yesterday. But actually, all you have to do is be present and breathe. And things just emerge when they're ready. This is what the feminine does. It's what the womb does. The womb is just there. It holds space. A mother doesn't have to do anything, and the baby grows and blossoms and emerges. And there's this gorgeousness that comes at the end of that process. And I trained in breath work, never having actually done it myself, and spent 3 weeks on the Greek shore every single day doing breath work. And what I experienced is that as I was laying down and breathing in this beautiful circular breath over and over and over again, my body sank into a deep, deep state of relaxation, a deep state of safety. And the breath itself, my neshima, became a physical expression of my neshama, of my soul, and allowed me to bring so much safety into my body that all this material was able to come up. And sometimes that meant ancestral material. Sometimes that meant emotions that I didn't even know what they were, or memories from childhood. Or sometimes I had ancestors come to me and ask, hey, we've got this material that we don't know what to do with. We've been holding pain for so many generations. Would you be willing to process it for us? And I would just lay there and cry for minutes or hours even, and just process this material that needed to move through me, that my body had been holding, or that my ancestral heritage had been holding for generations. So what I do when I'm working with people in conscious connected breathwork, either one-on-one in my clinic or here in my space in a group setting, is I invite them to go to that place, to access their own soulfulness, their own neshama, and allow whatever wants to arise to arise. You just keep that circular breath going over and over again, and the body gets more and more relaxed. Sometimes that means that you're able to get out of stress and into healing and repair and rest. And sometimes there's enough safety in the system that some pain, whether it's physical or emotional, that wants to come up and be witnessed and healed can. And once in a while, either me or a client or someone in a group experience will have kind of a supernatural moment where they connect to some higher spiritual plane or get visions of higher spiritual beings that come and visit them. Or they might even get messages that come and get downloaded. I've had a few people whose hands woke up for the first time in a breathwork setting, and that happened to me. So I know what that feels like, and I'm able to support them and to allow them to trust their bodies, to move, to feel, and to experience their soulfulness in every way that it wants to be witnessed, to be heard, and to be held.